First, what I'm gonna lead up with is like, everybody's got their own beliefs. Everybody is entitled to their own beliefs. So I can't take that from a man. I do believe though is with this there's a saying that said with great powers comes great responsibility. It says even though you might not ask for it, but there are certain platforms that you're on that comes with. A lot of people say, you know, I'm not trying to be a role model. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do. I'm not a role model. Don't look at me as a role model. Fair, personally, you know, but that doesn't stop people from looking at you as a role model for people, right? And I'm not saying Kyrie is not my role model. And people, it's up to you to determine who your role model is. When it comes to certain things, especially if you have the platform, right?
To speak up
To
against.
speak up, to do certain things and stuff like that. And you know, if you press a button, a million people are gonna see it. You have to take good care of that.
And be mindful.
You have to be mindful of it, right? So with the Kyrie situation, and a lot of what I heard with Kyrie is that, oh, if why are you blaming Kyrie if the shit is on Amazon? The shit is on Amazon. Why not blame Amazon for hosting the shit, or why not blame Amazon for hosting? My question to everybody in that situation is, who knew about that movie or that documentary before he posted it? Nobody. Who knew it was on Amazon? Nobody. Amazon, Amazon hosts a lot of stuff. Amazon's got a lot of stuff posted. You go on Amazon, you search for one thing, you see a whole fucking list of everything that comes up with it, right? So you then you searched for whatever, or you already knew it was there. Maybe you watched it. You took it upon yourself as Kyrie Irving with this big platform that you have, and you posted it on your Twitter account. You posted it on your Instagram account or wherever, right? So now you done drew this million amount of people onto that, right? So it's not like Amazon has a million things. So you took it upon yourself to post this specific thing on your Twitter account.
Do you feel like he had a message to why he was doing that? Because, you know, while that was going on, I believe the Kanye situation was going on as
I'm
well.
sure he had a message, Kyrie. I'm sure he thought he had a message. I'm not. I don't post things on my Instagram account or Twitter account that I don't find that doesn't appeal to me. Me personally, I'm not. I don't have a million followers. I don't have extra. I have like a couple of hundred followers at the most.
So it don't matter what you post.
Yeah.
It's not going to get the world to react.
No, it matters what I post. It's still, even if the world is not out there, I'm careful what I post on my Instagram. And I feel everybody has that responsibility to post. I post what I want other people to see. That's how I feel. Whatever I post, I want you to see. I want people who follow me to see it. And that's how I think of Instagram or Twitter. Like, whatever you post, you want other people to see it. That's why you post it. Like, if it doesn't strike something within you, you're not posting it. Like, I go through a million things a day and not post a certain thing, right? Because I want, like, if I laugh, it makes me laugh. I think other people gonna find it funny. If it makes me think, I think other people gonna find it, striking. And some other people gonna get something out of it. That's why I post it, and that's how I feel. Everybody utilizes their Instagram, unless there are certain people who just post just for the hell of it because they get certain views, they get certain things, and they're trying to accomplish certain things.
Yeah. So when it comes back to Kyrie, with I'm not sure if you saw the list of things that the NBA required him to do, and the NBA Association League, the players meeting, I believe, or council came to his defense saying that the requirement for him to come back and play in the league was excessive. Obviously, it's playing now, but those things was more so excessive. Even in my opinion, I feel like that was excessive. Do you feel the same?
There might be excessive or not. I don't. That's not up to me. But what I feel is like Kyrie works for the Nets organization. That's his employer. He's an employee, right? So it's they can make whatever demands. If you want to work for us again, you got to do this X Y Z because we sign your checks. You feel me? We sign your checks. We pay you to play basketball. Outside of we're not paying you for the extra rah shit. And then Kyrie has a you know what, I'm not even gonna go into that. But Kyrie works for the Nets. So they pay him. So your employer can tell you we're gonna either fire you or you have to do this to stay on. That is, you're an employee, right? People say, oh, the Nets owner, he was supporting he was supporting the Chinese government over these people or that people and stuff like that. He's an owner. He owns the organization. The most you can do to owners of the organization, he's not the NBA. He's not employed by. The NBA doesn't have employees. They have franchises.
Franchises, okay.
And then the franchises pay a certain fee to be. So he's paid his due to the NBA to own the franchise. So he's the owner. He owns the organization of the Nets, and he cuts the paychecks or whatever based on their revenue. He cuts the paychecks for the players.
Okay.
So the same thing happened a few years ago. Donald Sterling with the Clippers, he had to sell the team. You know, the players, even though he was an owner, but the NBA said, you know, we don't agree with this shit. We got to make this happen. Phoenix Suns, their owner had to set, he's in the process. He hasn't sold it yet, but he's in the process of selling the team. WNBA team, Atlanta Dream, Kelly Loeffler, when she said some shit about Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, they got her gone out of there. There wasn't no condition that you got to do this XYZ because the NBA doesn't have any legal authority to say you got to do this to continue. What ended up happening, the players said, we're not going to play for you. We're not going to do this, and the team's got to go. But you as a player, you're an employee, so there's certain rules that apply. Unfortunately, not that I agree with it or don't agree with it, is you as a player, you're an employee of this team. They can require you to do certain things. We have jobs. At your job, you can't go to your job and just say whatever the fuck you want.
Absolutely.
I can't go to my job and just say whatever the fuck I want. So that's how I look at it. That's how I think when it comes down to Kyrie, right or wrong. You work for these people.
So apply yourself accordingly.
Yeah, and if you can stand on what you're saying and say fuck it, and I'm not doing that, and I'm gonna find my way.
Right.
That's it. They're not forcing you, but they say in order to work for me, to keep working for me, this is what I want you to do. If not, we can go our separate ways. What happened?
Because some might argue, to play devil's advocate again, Kyrie Irving apologized. White people has been under pressure to this line of difficulty, and they just apologize and just say they were sorry and it's over with. But when it comes to us, is we always got to go above and beyond to show that we're sorry.
That's up to us. That's up to me. That's up to you to say we're not going to. When Colin Kaepernick was kneeling for the flag and these folks, they kicked him out of the league, what's the percentage of black players in the NFL?
About 90.
Yeah.
90%.
Did they play ball or did they say, since you're doing this to Colin?
They all play ball.
Exactly. Oh. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. That's as simple. That's the simplest way I can put it. That's up to us. These folks said we're not fucking with y'all. You're gonna have to do this to do that. If everybody in the NFL doesn't exist without black people.
Facts.
NBA doesn't exist without black people. So if we were on the same page and said we're not kicking, we're not catching, we're not punting, we're not throwing, we're not doing none of this shit. if Colin is still out the league,